All right, let's talk about some Venom: The Last Dance. So, I don't know how many of us remember, but this movie's still coming out October of this year, October 25th. It's like the one Halloween movie we're going to get that's not really even a horror movie, but we're getting the what the heck was that? But we're getting Venom: The Last Dance, and this movie's still coming out, and there's so many questions up in the air to how this is going to end. Are we even looking forward to it? Will they finally do something with Venom and Spider-Man? We don't know. We know that there's been a lot of how I say it, Easter eggs in the Sony universe alluding to Spider-Man, and they show up in the trailer and they heavily hint towards them, but then when you go and see the movies, it's always the most minor Spider-Man connection, but a post-credit scene that teases a big Spider-Man connection, right? Well, Sony is being Sony and doing something crazy. Over the weekend or over the week, Venom 3 was having reshoots. And again, reminder, it's August. This movie comes out in 2 months, and yet they're doing reshoots for Venom right now. So let me see. What the heck? Why aren't they popping up? Venom 3. My FYP's all messed up, guys. All messed up. Hang on. Let me get. Oh, here we go. So here we go. These Venom: The Last Dance is undergoing reshoots in New York City. This is Tom Hardy on the set. We got some other set videos and footage of it, but we don't know exactly what they're reshooting or what's going on. All we know is these shots is of Tom Hardy as being Eddie Brock walking down the streets of New York City, and who knows what that means. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when there's 2 months left for a movie, I don't know if you reshoot all these kind of minor things. I feel like a lot of the times, especially with Sony, these last minute reshoots are usually big spoilery things or cameo things or heck, erasing things. Like, don't forget, we're still wondering if the 10-year-old Spider-Man in Venom 3 is still going to be a thing because we have the Last Dance kid. Where's it? We have, oh, there's my thumbnail right there. But we have this kid that is in all over the Venom 3 trailer. He's in a car traveling with Eddie. He's here. Eddie's trying to save him. And we're like, is this going to be 10-year-old Peter? Or are they going to last minute change his character to I don't know, Peter Paker? Not Peter Parker, Peter Paker, Peter Packer. Something like that. And be like, that's not supposed to be Spider-Man. What you talking about here? With Eddie being in New York, and this final shot that they're adding in so last minute, I gotta think it's Spider-Man related, right? Like, again, we're hearing about those rumors that were last week that Spider-Man 4 might take place in Battle World. Let's see if there's even any articles about that. But that's what some people were saying. The rumors were claiming that Spider-Man 4 is going to take place in Battle World, and all these like different Sony universes or multiverses collide, and it lets them meet each other. It'd be so funny if this was that, like a scene setting up. He's walking down New York, and he's like, "What's the earth is shaking? Oh my god!" And then he's all of a sudden in the MCU again. I can't take it, Sony. I can't let you do this to me again. And I cannot have you, Sony, stop. Get some help. I agree. I it's got to be something. I don't again, this could just be a very minor kind of thing. Like, I was reading too much into these set photos cuz okay, let me cook for a second, and I know I'm fully exaggerating and going crazy. But when I was looking at these photos and I was kind of zooming in on Tom Hardy here, I'm like, dang, his hair is like really gray. Like, his beard, his eyebrows, even the hair on his head, it looks grayer. I'm like, is this supposed to be Eddie kind of like in the far future a little bit? Like, is this ending taking place years after the end of Venom: Last Dance? And bear with me here, because look, let's go to Venom. Venom 3, Tom Hardy. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay, when we look at what Tom Hardy looks like for this movie and what he's been looking like, look at how dark and brown his hair is, how much built it is there. Let's see if there's other photos I can pull up here. Venom: The Last Dance. I was examining these last night. All right, look at this. Very luscious. Yes, he's still got a little bit gray, but that's a good thick head of hair, long. He even pulls it back. Okay, now let's look at this set photo again. Not as long, little bit grayer, especially on the cheeks and stuff. What if this scene is, he obviously saves 10-year-old Peter Parker, lets him live, and, he grows up to be Spider-Man. So what if the end of this movie takes place, let's say 10 years later, and that it cuts to that, right? It says 10 years later, and it's just Tom Hardy, or Eddie Brock walking the streets of New York. He looks up, and Spider-Man swings by, and he smiles. Venom, the Last Dance. Play that freaking Transformers music. The Linkin Park. That's what I'm seeing here. That's what I'm thinking's happening. Okay, I definitely am reading a little too much into it, but I don't know. I looked at that and I was like, I don't know, different kind of hairstyle, a little bit more gray. 10 years later, he's obviously not a grandpa at this point, but he's a little bit older, and it's showing. Walking streets of New York or something there. I don't know. That could be it. Whatever. Yeah, see, exactly. That's the what I've done. Venom, the Last Dance. Oh, dude, it's perfect. Sony, hire me. I got you right there, buddy. I got you. So, again, it could be absolutely nothing, or heck, it could tie into Kraven. The Kraven the I was about to say Kraven the Last Dance. Kraven the Hunter. That movie's still being released December. It's confirmed to be rated R. With Deadpool and Wolverine actually making money for a rated R comic book movie, I think Sony has a little bit of confidence in it, but maybe this post-credit scene is more hyping up Kraven or something like that. Maybe he's going to go visit Kraven and be like, I got a spider problem. Who knows, buddy? But that's what my mind conjured up whenever I saw these set photos. You guys let me know what you think of the post-credit scene or additional scene, if this even means anything. I'm curious. This is Sony again. They've been known to do this crazy Spider-Man related stuff, and Eddie Brock being in New York City, it's got to be Spider-Man related. His whole movies take place in San Diego or Mexico. Now he in New York walking the streets? That ain't no coinkadink. That ain't no coinkadink. All right. There we go. Someone said he gets cancer probably. Oh, dang it. Okay. Imagine the series ends like that. We did it. We saved the day. You have cancer, Eddie? Yeah, you got cancer. What I've done. All right, let's move on now. Let's get going. Let's see, what else did I have on the agenda? All right, let's talk about those FNAF photos, man. So I was kind of confused earlier this week why we were getting set photos or little sneak peeks at the animatronics in Five Nights at Freddy's.